Since 2007, Leon Nichols and his project to preserve African American turf history have been working to connect a more diverse fan base to horse racing by sharing the untold history of the sport. We visited the founders of the program at African American Cemetery No. 2 in downtown Lexington to hear the stories of some of the best jockeys horse racing has ever known, and to learn how we can take those lessons to promote our sport to a larger audience today.
We're here at African Cemetery No. 2. It's a historical landmark for the city of Lexington, really the state of Kentucky. But not only are there tremendous amounts of equestrian horsemen buried here, but you also have Buffalo Soldiers and very prominent African American class people in terms of doctors, lawyers, attorneys, and dentists. Most importantly and most notably is Oliver Lewis, who as a 19-year-old African American jockey will ever be remembered as the first Kentucky Derby winner in 1875. Then followed by James Soup Perkins. I think his most notable accomplishment is that he won the Kentucky Derby at age 15. And then lastly, the great Isaac Murphy. Isaac was a three-time Kentucky Derby winner, 1884, 1890, and 1891. He rode in 11 Kentucky Derbies. One of his biggest claim to fame was just the overall impact that he had on the industry. You know, you have to understand the times, being in the 19th century, being an African-American man, he was able to really bring people together. You know, white and black alike flocked to the track to see this man and all his glory. And Isaac's 44% winning percentage will probably not be eclipsed. Press loved him. He was a great copy because he was so articulate. But more importantly, I mean, you know, when it comes to what he was able to do with the horse, Isaac was really able to, you know, communicate with the horse through his hands and his warm personality. We just felt like there needed to be representation in terms of the African-American contributions to horse racing. We formed a nonprofit, the Project to Preserve African-American Turf History, with the goal of an ongoing running project that really paid homage to this forgotten past. We created the Isaac Murphy Image Awards to honor or to recognize prominent African Americans in business, education, entertainment, and sports. And we wanted to do that by bringing them to the Kentucky Derby, learning a little bit of history, and what better way to recognize them with an esteemed Isaac Murphy Image Award. The overall mission of PATH is that we wanted to find ways that we could integrate the history into the equine industry and really have some outreach and outgrowth in terms of setting the next generation up in terms of learning about this forgotten past. I think it's, you know, when we really get down to the nuts and bolts of it, this story gives us a lesson in terms of diversity and inclusion that I think is very relevant today. It provides us with a blueprint to really amplify that message and that story nationwide, especially in times like this. Horse racing in its earliest days set the foundation for a sporting culture that far exceeded anyone's expectation. And I think, you know, if we can get the sport back to where its days of glory and its prominence, but more importantly, its impact on diversity and inclusion, I think everyone wins in that situation.